Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a review on yesterday's episode of Days of Our Lives, June 10, 2024. So on a scale of 1 to 10, it was 11 for me because honestly it was packed with a lot of drama. It was just entertaining from the beginning to the end. It was the Konstantin show. And Konstantin has been a thorn in a lot of our sides from the day he came off of that plane from Greece. I don't know about you, but I was happy about how he ended on this episode, because I don't know, like, this guy was just not likable. He was just crazy. Like, the actor is doing his job, but listen, he was not likable. You know, like Victor and Stefano, they were likable. Constantine was definitely not likable, and I was just happy. He and Clyde Western needed to go, so I was happy. But before I just really, continue to spoil you guys, let me get into the review. So in the first scene, we're continuing the wedding or the ill-fated sham of a wedding between Maggie and Konstantin. And it was where Konstantin was found out by Maggie, and Steve and John were already in on the plan, but the rest of the guests didn't know what Konstantin had planned or what he had accomplished until at the wedding. So of course Maggie confronted him about wanting to take Victor's fortune, just take over everything that Victor has. And also she revealed that he planned to kill her. So not only that, but there was another bombshell. So folks, Steve and John revealed that Constantine was behind the kidnapping. Of course, nobody knows who the accomplice is, which is, Gwen/Teresa. But again, that wasn't revealed as yet. And of course, Maggie was surprised to hear about that. And then Teresa was like, what does it matter? Constantine already admitted it. So I'm like, girl, like, I don't know about you guys, but I just can't wait for Gwen to be found out. I keep saying Teresa to be found out, because she is just as slimy and evil and wicked as Constantine. To kidnap a baby, to just really feel like, okay, that was fine just because of money. To forge a legal document to say Alex is the heir to the throne, when we all know it's Xander, all because of her hatred towards Xander from back in the day. And I don't know, I'm a huge Xander fan, I'm a huge Zara fan. I want them all together to be a family. Sometimes Sarah gets on my nerve, but yeah, I want them to be together, and I want him to take over the Kyriakos throne. It's about time. After his history in the mansion, being the gardener, and how Victor treated him, he hella deserved it, honestly. So listen, in this part, Constantine also revealed that he was the one that quote unquote sent Victor to his watery grave. And I don't know, like, again, I have a huge disdain for this villain. Like, I don't care what happened to him in the end, but trust me, he's just not likable. His accent is terrible. I mean, the actor is doing his good job to portray the whole characteristics of a villain, but I'm just saying, he was just too much for me, honestly. Because yeah, like, he kept taunting Maggie, and he revealed his plans, like when he had that sit down with Victor about him being included in the will and blah blah blah. It's like he has a chip on the shoulder from what Victor did to him, taking away his daughter, and his father actually helping Victor to set up a business. So he feel like he's entitled. I really hate entitled people, honestly. you know. So he just was just a terrible person to me. And all of that sent Maggie over the edge. She fainted. Good Lord, like more drama, right? So all of that just added to her stress. And man, it just went downhill from there, but good in terms of entertainment. So all while that happened, they had to bring Maggie up to the one of the rooms to just relax, to just kind of chill, because she was on edge. Granted, everything that she just learned, she must have been on edge. So while that's happening, Sarah is making sure that her mother is good and all of that downstairs. When Steve and John was about to accost Konstantin and take him away to be arrested and blah blah blah. Well, the guy had a gun. Well, I'm not surprised. He pulled out a gun, but before he pulled out the gun, how he got there was that he was fake choking, and it was awful to hear. He's just a very disgusting person. He started, pretend coughing like he needed water. So somebody, went for the water. And in that moment, he took Teresa as hostage. So then, a whole shootout was happening. But in the end, Steve got shot. And then John had to tend to his friend. And Konstantin got away with Teresa. Of course, Alex and Brady, went to go after. John gave Brady the gun to go after Konstantin. Alex was already gone, to look out for her. And then John and Steve, now Xander was left in the room, and then John was telling Xander to go ahead and go upstairs, get Sarah, to come medically treat him. So of course, Xander went upstairs. Sarah was already stressed because she heard the shots and she was wondering what happened to Xander. Is Xander okay? So then he got filled in Xander filled in Sarah and Justin and Bonnie and Maggie about what was going on downstairs. So of course he whisked Sarah away to tend to Steve downstairs. So after that, this is where it gets interesting. So of course, Bonnie and Justin, they stayed with Maggie to make sure that she's okay and, make sure that she rests and everything. In that moment, Justin and Bonnie, they was talking, about being there for Maggie. And of course, I don't know, I like Bonnie outside of that, but Bonnie said something to Justin about, hooking Maggie up with somebody that she knew. And I'm like, me and Justin were on the same page. It's not the time for that. She just went through an ordeal. Come on, lady. So, yes, then after that, they went back to the mausoleum grounds. So what was happening there is that Konstantin was holding Teresa hostage. Alex was there, and there was a tense conversation between them, because Konstantin blurted out to him that Victor's not his father. So of course Teresa is trying to dissuade Alex from it. Alex thinks Konstantin is just talking, but it is actually the truth. I really wanted that moment for Teresa to be busted. Like, honestly, I was waiting for that moment. But anyways, Brady come up with the gun. I don't know who gave Brady the gun, because Brady's not that type of guy to hold the gun and actually do some shots, So after that, they was there talking, ongoing, blah, 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 until Xander showed up. And, I like Xander already. So Xander, took the gun, he went straight to business on that. So he wanted to find out who the accomplice was, who took his daughter, but it didn't work out. I think he was about to tell him, but then Teresa and him tussled, and then he started choking her. And of course, Brady and Alex is telling Xander not to make sure that Teresa is okay, but in his words, Teresa's collateral damage. You know how they feel about each other already, Teresa and Xander. So Xander eventually shot Konstantin, and the way how Konstantin like just fell there, I was ecstatic. So Brady felt for the pulse, and it was a weak pulse, and then Konstantin uttered out something that there's an enemy in the midst. So of course they're looking around. He didn't tell them who the enemy was, so that's when he took his last breath. Presumably he's dead. So that was it. Like, Constantine is dead. Like, I'm happy about it because, again, he was not a likable character. I mean, he was not likable. So, I mean, that was it. Of course, there was a moment with John that, he took up the pawn card that Constantine was using to control him. So he took it up and he was influenced by it for some reason. I don't know why, that card is not damaged or destroyed or anything. But, Sarah was tending to Steve. Of course, Steve is gratefully okay. And then he took, they were calling John to come and, support his friend, help, assist her. And he was gone for a minute because of that damn card. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to come off that card, if he's still going to be pulled to buy that card since Konstantin is gone. I don't know what's going to happen. I really hope that they wrap up the story. I really hope that Xander gets what he deserves. Finally, I hope Teresa gets outed because it's just too much. You just feel, the fact that you feel good to deceive this guy, you guys are in a relationship all because you want the money. It means that you don't change. There's no character development for you, Teresa. Like, it's been years, same money hungry, same scheming and conniving and selfish person that you are. So I really don't care much for her. I don't care for her as Gwen, didn't care for her as Teresa. Nothing against the actress, I just really don't like the characters, honestly. But yeah, that was it for June 10th episode. And let me know what you think about the episode if you've watched it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.